listen very, very carefully.
Tell the youth them to be strong. You can't tell the youth them to preach wrongs. While you try it on these lands, just remember every man is equal. Yeah. Each one teach one, and our Father God, him are the only done. So make we ease and reason, smoke trees, span the ends, all the deep meds. Take a look at life, and don't close your eyes. Sometimes things happen, and it's no surprise. And I just, so it go, so it go, so it go, so it go. It's the government, no have no heart, them no care about poor people. Yeah, bigger heads no love people again. Them more than little of them. We see friends now reason again. Vex through whistle a blame. More time it hurt me to see how the face deal with the eagle of them. Regular me see it a pain. Regular me see it a pain. Take a look at life and don't close your eyes. Sometimes things happen and it's no surprise. And I just so it go, so it go, so it go, so it go. It's the government, no have no heart, them no care about poor people. Social commentary. Drop the one, your principle, you don't know. The global will come and do it. Some people life every day, it's stress. The high price from JPS, that topic is currently. Jah alone, him a go help you. We need food, and we no healthy. We are feel the pain, beg you protect we. In our life, we have no fanfare. Take a look at life, and don't close your eyes. Sometimes things happen, and it's no surprise. And I just, so it go, so it go, so it go, so it go. It's the government, no have no heart, them no care about poor people.
Meanwhile, look in the public. You
The Russian.
Hey, peace. What's happening, everyone?
Very, very carefully.
Tell the youth them.
On our deal with.
Ooh, yeah.
Hey, peace. What's happening, everyone? On our deal with.
Ooh, yeah.
Suddenly there came a sound from heaven, as of a rushing mighty wind, like the rushing of a mighty wind, like the rushing of a mighty wind. Come and fill our hearts again, like the rushing of a mighty wind. Like a river that is overflow, like a river that is overflow. Come and fill our hearts once more, like a river that is overflow. Let it overflow, 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 let it overflow.
Yeah, blessings. Once again, you know the routine, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. All of that helps. So you don't know. Without any further ado, let's get started.
My stance on this, man, I agree with the sister as far as what she was saying, as far as immigrants coming over here legally should definitely be better than deported back to where they go. As far as Black Americans, I don't want to say versus Black immigrants. But however, we have to be mindful, man, that I'm 45 years old. I'm a 1980s baby. So the days of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Fred Hampton, rest in peace, these black immigrants that they were fighting for to come over here, these aren't the same ones. And when they come over here, to me, it's not really so much a disrespectful thing, but it's such a disconnect. And they have no desire to try to build or connect with us. It's just they're getting into their group and their tribal things, and that's really what's causing the disturbance. And it's almost as if they're hijacking what we're doing and basically trying to replace us. Like if I were to go to Africa, any African place, or any place outside of America, I'm gonna humble myself, get familiar with the people, their culture, and I'm gonna just do my thing and bless up and go on about it. I'm not gonna come through somebody else's already established home and build myself up and basically part my language, start shitting on them. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's really more of a disconnect, man. It's just to the point where, as foundational Black Americans, I think enough has been said. We need to delineate and just do our own thing. It's no malice, it's no hate. Nobody wishes anybody harm. Just like the Chinese have Chinatown, the Italians have Little Italy. I think we need to do the same thing, and I don't see no harm in that.
Well, I think the Chinese that have Chinatown, I think those are pretty much immigrant groups that you're talking about.
Right.
So why would FBA want to have something like an immigrant town?
Well,
if y'all are foundational to here.
Well, the thing is, we know who our enemy is, and specifically with the Black immigrants that come over here, they aren't aware of that. And whatever they're being exposed to by the time they come over here, I don't know if it's propaganda, but they have no desire to try to connect and build with us on any level. I mean, I tip my hat off to, the Latino individuals when they come over here, Mexicans, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, they kind of share the same common language, and they can kind of, stick together and band for one cause. When it comes specifically with, foundational Black Americans, man, we have no camaraderie or no allies with anybody. And we're just being pushed. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, because the Black American holidays have been, Africans and Caribbean Blacks have always participated in those Black American holidays, to the point where now Black Americans are saying that they don't want us to be a part of their holidays anymore. There was a time when Black Americans would be dressed in their, when Black Americans were very Pan-Africanist, when they would dress in their African gear. So I'm trying to figure out why you say there was no camaraderie, because I think there's kind of always been camaraderie between Black Americans who have been Pan-Africanists. And I think it's actually that camaraderie from Pan-Africanists that helped with that civil rights movement to get Black immigrants here. So, and it wasn't necessarily, and in my estimation, it wasn't an FBA effort. I think in those days when Pan-Africanism was happening, I think FBA and the FBA way of thinking in terms of delineating wasn't even in any Black Americans' mind. Black Americans at that time were a lot more Pan-Africanist. So I'm trying to figure out why you think there's never been any camaraderie when Pan-Africanism was so big.
Okay, well, I'm Brooklyn born, Long Island, New York raised. And
oh man, especially, I'm sorry to cut you, but especially Brooklyn, bro, because I grew up in the Bronx, and when I was growing up, Brooklyn was like the center of Pan-Africanism, if you will, and those Black American holidays, and it was just, Brooklyn was kind of the place to be for that type of environment. And I'm sure you're aware of that as well. So again, I'm still kind of at a loss as to why you think there's no camaraderie. I think there's no camaraderie. I think the the lack of camaraderie came into existence with FBA and with the fight for reparations, because I think this push for reparations is a lot more out there today with FBA and ADOS, because I think they're really reparations movements, and I think that that's really where that rift is coming from, is from reparations and Black Americans feeling that immigrants, Black immigrants in particular, want a stake in their reparations claim, and they're like, no, this is for us. And I think that, in my estimation, that's what ended the camaraderie, is Black Americans and their push for their very recent hard push for reparations.
Right. And to a degree, man, I mean, to a degree, I can definitely see that and definitely bear witness to that. But however, being an 80s baby, I gotta confess, man, I've always seen the vision. I've always, and I'm not trying to sound like, you know, some sucker for love dude, but even, you know, as a young Black American going to school, talking to, you know, a Jamaican female, her brothers wouldn't let her intermingle with me. Haitians the same way. There was different conversations they was having in their household versus my household. You understand what I'm saying? So I've always seen that divide. Always. Individuals would speak certain things, but as a collective, it was always kind of segregated, and it was always kind of grouped up. I actually didn't really.
Yeah, but when you say it's grouped up,
my culture. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But you don't think African Americans also grouped up and kind of, you know, I don't think it was just a one-way street of just Africans grouping up, and I think African Americans also kind of, you know, had their issues with Africans and certain Caribbeans as well. You know, there were pockets of each group, but for the most part, I think that the Pan-Africanism kind of overshadowed all of that. There were, I would agree that, you know, everybody has their issues with everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I think overall, the bigger picture, I think Pan-Africanism was more respected. And like I said, with those holidays, African Americans were decked out in their African gear, and Africans were welcome to all of their holidays and celebrations. You know, and what you would find when you go to those things, the only thing you would see really are African vendors selling African gear. You know, so but again, I just think people having issues. I think everybody did. Africans, Jamaicans, and African Americans also had issues with. Some African Americans had issues with Africans and everybody else as well. I think today, though, it's just so much more out there. And again,
it reached its tipping point. I didn't mean to cut your wisdom, man. My bad.
No, absolutely. No. You can definitely cut in, because, you know, if you feel like you want to say something, you can absolutely cut in.
You know, it definitely reached its tipping point, because, like, you know, what you said, like, it'd be specifically like an African American day, or even, you know, like a party or something like that, and, you know, you have, you know, African or somebody else, you know, coming through and they're introducing and inducing, you know, their culture, but they're not really spending their money with us. We're spending our money with them. You know, there's soul food restaurants that, my 45 years of living, I can tell you, good brother, I've never seen any African coming there to get some cornbread and collard greens. But I see us going to get beef patties. I see us going to get some jollof and things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the tipping, it's like it's always been brewing, and individuals beyond I want to say before my generation, a lot of Africans, Jamaicans, and Haitians, they kind of understood what the common cause of the good fight was when they arrived here. But I don't know if it's the generation after them or the ones that are coming in after them. It's just a total disconnect. Just a total disconnect. And that's
Is it all right if I chime in? Is it all right if I chime in?
Yeah, absolutely. But just actually, go ahead, Sentinel.
Yeah, peace, brothers. I appreciate what I'm hearing from both of you. Me, myself, I'm Haitian, right? And I'm listening to both of you, and I want to salute both of you first and foremost, because you are taking a mature route, and you are really trying to speak from an objective level, trying to gain understanding and share wisdom. You know, so salute to both of you for that. Now, I'm gonna say something to start off, and please understand where I'm coming from. Please be patient. I'm 47. I'm from New York City. You know, my parents migrated here in like the 1960s. You know, legally, nothing illegal about it. I was born here in the United States of America. In the 1980s, I dealt with something horrible. It was like all Black people were against Haitians. What was it about? I didn't find out until a few years later, because I'm a child then. We were blamed for AIDS. In like 1988, you had to have a march on the Brooklyn Bridge. It was like 3 million Haitians. Brooklyn Bridge shook the bridge. I was like, what's this all about? You know? And you had spoke Gotti Logic. You said something that is really key. I believe personally some of this is propaganda. You know, I believe propaganda had something to do with what was going on over there back then. And even right now, when you think about it, when a lot of like either Caribbean or African people get over here, they already have a preconceived notion of who or what Black Americans are like. Do we own any of these media platforms? Do we own any of these publications or anything like that? Like, why is it like let's take hip hop, for example, right? When you go back to like the 70s, early 80s and things like that, people were trying, the pioneers in hip hop, a lot of them came from gangs, and they were trying to draw people away from that culture. And like, let's invest in something else. Let's build something else, right? Like Africa Bambaataa, Fat Boys, all of that stuff. It was about love, peace, and enjoying our time. And then we had the wave of like your poor righteous teachers, X-Clan, Public Enemy. You know, they were raising up Black consciousness, rocking the medallions and all of that stuff. But who made the decision that said, you know what, this stuff does not sell. We're not going to promote this anymore. That was a positive movement that was just moved and just shifted out of the way. And it's like, you know what, guns everywhere and drugs. And I'm not knocking any of the artists who were saying this is what's going on in our neighborhood. But why did that have to become the de facto? And that's what people were seeing worldwide. So when they come over here, there's this preconceived notion. Now, we have a responsibility. I don't care who you are. If you're Haitian, Jamaican, Japanese, Chinese, whatever the case may be, you have to make a conscious decision. And it's not easy, but you have to make a conscious decision and say, you know what? I have to hear these people's story for itself and not go with like this propaganda piece right here. Because when you have the opportunity to be up close with a person to actually hear their story, a lot of times it doesn't matter about your background or whatever the case may be. So long as you are a humble human being, you're going to find some commonality with something, no matter where you are, even white people. You know, we could go certain places in the country and, you know, you'll see people, white people in like trailer parks, and it's like, wow, it's like, you know, they're really like destitute. You know, we understand we want to take care of our own. That's reasonable. So the thing, I don't have hard, concrete evidence of any party or organization that's trying to fan the flames. But I can tell you right now, you touched upon something when you said perhaps it's propaganda. Because how is it that somebody comes from overseas and they have a preconceived notion about a certain segment of the population over here? And mind you, it's the Black Americans. Where's the preconceived notion about the white or like the Indians that live out here or the Arabs that live out here? Why is it the Black Americans that have been targeted with this propaganda? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna just add on to what you're saying, good brother. Because me personally, man, like I was telling a good brother before, and I stand on this, man. I believe a lot of Haitians and Jamaican Caribbeans that was here around the time of, Malcolm X doing the civil rights, deep down, they get it. They understand. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the ones coming after that, they're the ones where it's just a total disconnect, man. Like, you being 47 years old, being from Brooklyn, New York, you know the history of America. You know what Black Americans been through. If you went down to Mississippi today, say you was driving trucks or something, and you was driving through Mississippi, and your body, you'll feel it like, well, hold up, man. You know what? This Emmett Till got killed. There's a lot of history out here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Where the average dude coming over here, probably in the 90s or something, probably from Africa or something like that, they won't get it. They don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? I specifically ran into some Jamaicans that I met in 2012 that been here in 2007 that was telling me, well, if the KKK ran into me, man, it wouldn't matter to me because I'm Jamaican. I would never have to deal with that. Wow. Nigga, you blacker than me. Mm-hmm. You blacker than me. You see what I'm saying? So it's a real total disconnect. And I think dialogue that we have is something that we really, really need to have. And I think people need to understand from an FBA standpoint, we're not talking about delineating from every ethnic group. If you a rider, if you ride for Foundational Black American, man, and we ride for you, that's what it is. But if you on that cooning, like how we handle our coons, y'all handle y'all coons, that coon is stuff that's got to go, man. That's got to go. And a coon is basically, a tether is basically a foreign coon. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's where a lot of the division come from, good brother.
Yeah, the interesting thing is that we had a reality check. I mean, right. Already we know in the history of the United States of America, there's the legacy of lynching.
Right.
I have a book, 100 Years of Lynching. I forgot who's the author. This is a very traumatizing experience and it's very heartbreaking. But I don't know if you remember in the late 90s, Amadou Diallo.
Oh, yeah.
This was the African immigrant up in the Bronx. And this was like the tail end of that stop and frisk era.
Right.
And it was like 4 white cops approached him and he was trying to get into his apartment. They fired at him 49 times.
And he tried to display his wallet and they tried to pass it off like it was a gun.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I remember that. And the city rolled for him. I didn't mean to cut you off, good brother, but every black person in New York damn near rolled up and stood for that brother, man. We stood up for that brother. You know what I'm saying? And all we saying, good brother, we don't get none of that love back. That's all we saying. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you. I'm not saying other brother I'm speaking to. I'm not talking individually, man. I'm just talking collectively as communities. A lot of them, they don't give us that love back. They don't give us that love back. And we just tired of being the moral punching bag. Our bodies is out on the street where everybody else just go get their money and be like, well, yeah, thank you. I got to get my bag though. That's all good, brother. That's all.
You don't think that Caribbeans and Africans came out in support with the George Floyd incident, with all the cop shootings of Africa? You don't think Black Americans and Africans and Caribbeans supported?
Me personally, the George Floyd situation, I think that was all propagated from what I seen. I was actually in Atlanta when that was going on, and I seen a bunch of white people out there tearing up stuff. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't organic. It wasn't from the grassroots. It seemed like it was some type of I don't want to say a political party. They was warring fractions, but I think George Floyd was kind of just used for people to get outside of the pandemic, man. I don't really think it was I don't think
whether that's true or not, whether it was organic or made up or whatever, I think it's true that Caribbean Blacks and Africans came out in support of that movement. And whenever any African American was shot, I think in New York City, I think all of those Black immigrants came out and supported as well. So I'm still kind of like on the fence when you say it's a one-way street in terms of you guys supported Amadou Diallo, but no one came out in support of y'all. I don't think that's really reflecting the truth of what happened. I think they've always, like I said, the way I see it, is that, ADOS and FBA are reparations movements. And I think that really, the idea of reparations is really what has caused the rift. And I think, especially the reason they call people tethers, I think the original definition of tethers is an immigrant that undermines FBA and specifically undermines FBA's reparations claim. You know what I'm saying? It's been all centered around reparations. And I think and I think that's really where the drama began. And I think that African Americans are claiming, just don't want anyone else to be a part of their reparations claim. And I agree with that. I'm a Jamaican, and I don't think Caribbean people, you should get reparations from America just because you're Black. I think that's ridiculous. And I think only Black Americans that have ancestry in America, that have slave ancestry here, they're the only ones that are entitled to reparations from here. And I think that could have been sorted out without creating this rift, because immigrants like myself, I can't prove that I was here for slavery, so I couldn't make a reparations claim. I would have to go the route of scamming to do that. And I think and that's not something that I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? But I think whether FBA or AD, or whether those movements started or not, those reparations claim, immigrants couldn't make no reparations claim. So I don't know why this rift even came about. What was the point of it? I think that's why I'm like, what is really behind it? Why would y'all create this rift over reparations when it's unnecessary?
To be honest, to only go off of what I see, man, it's valid. It's valid as far as what you're saying, the reparations claim. And again, from what I've seen, a lot of Jamaicans and Haitians kind of understood that. And it was like, well, basically what you just said, they understood it. And I'm not trying to throw nobody on the bus. I'm not trying to be that guy, but I just got to be real. I seen a lot of Africans and I seen a lot of Hispanics attacking that. And that's where the rift came back, because they was under the impression that it was like, oh, you're being divisive, you're trying to cause division. It's like, nah, man, this was created, not even really created. We're just saying who we are. So when we pump for this reparations thing, we don't need anybody that's outside trying to cling on to this. Let us get to this, and then y'all do y'all thing. That's what I was doing. I didn't really see too much pushback from a lot of Haitian Jamaicans. And I'm being honest, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, when it comes to a specific task or a specific job, right? You always want to get the right people to handle that job. Maybe when it comes to this particular thing within the black community, whether if you're Haitian, Jamaican, Black American, whatever the case may be, perhaps there needs to be what is like public relations almost. Because as we can see, there's something fanning the flames, and there's this divide, and there's this rift, and it's even elevated to the point where there's strife. Now, I agree with the other brother. He beat me to it. Not only do I believe it from a moral or ethical standpoint that reparations for the Black American descendants of slaves, they should receive that. But also remember, we still live in the same areas, in the same communities regardless. So when your condition in your state is finally addressed, this impacts everyone. You understand? Because there's an economic aspect of it. There is a psychological aspect of it. Like generation after generation, not just the disrespect in word, but the mistreatment, tangible examples that can be given, right? The United States government conspired against Black Americans, putting drugs in the neighborhood. They let the drug dealers run amok until it's like, yo, time is up. Now they want to throw these guys in jail. What do you think the pipeline to prison is all about?
Right.
You understand? So there's an economic, there's a psychological impact of it. You understand? And just plain old justice. You know, so when the condition of these people who are already here and they throw us all in the same pot together, that impacts everyone.
Yeah.
Then we could have a break in the cycle of you know, gang warfare and drug dealing and the schools being underfunded and not having the supplies and the resources that are needed to teach these children properly. Right? Even things like the neighborhood, like the supermarkets. Go to a supermarket in a white neighborhood and versus a black neighborhood. It's two different experiences. The produce is different. The meat is different. There's different selections that you will not find in your neighborhood. All of these things, you know. I imagine, like you were talking about soul food earlier, that's a better option. Like allow them to have more opportunities to open these businesses and have these restaurants. Aren't we sick and tired of seeing like these Chinese food restaurants everywhere?
Yep.
And they stuff is poison.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So for as far as the reparations goes, I'm a supporter of it. You know what I'm saying? Make it happen. I'm just also a supporter of get the right people in the right places to do the right things. Let's have a sit down, have the right representatives to speak and inform the people so that there could be more of an effective, productive dialogue as opposed to strife and angst. Because some of these podcasts and these things that I'm saying, it's just people getting on and it's like, you know what, I'm gonna roast you and I'm gonna check you and things like that. Yeah. That's childish. We're adults. Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah. And then to add on too, man, and interject to the host I was speaking with, man, you know, too, as far as the reparations, where a lot of the beef is really coming from, Barack Obama had appointed some Nigerian woman over our reparations. And people were, you know, a lot of Black Americans are like, man, like what's going on? And it sees also to the point where I don't know if she's got some type of Congress seat in Georgia, but she opened up the floodgates for a lot of Black immigrants to come into Atlanta as well. And you know as well as I know, Atlanta was almost like a hotbed, a mecca for, you know, foundational Black American excellence. So a lot of things are being pushed, and it comes off as it almost feels as if we're being undermined. But again, I stand on this. Like I said, I've for the most part, from what I've seen, a lot of Haitians, Jamaicans, they get it and they understand. You know what I'm saying? I think we know who the nature of the beast is. We know who the beast is that we've been fighting. We've been fighting this dude for 400 years, man, and we're gonna continue to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we know what it is, man. We know what it is. Who is like you said, I think a lot of it's just propaganda and just hype. My bad, man.
Who would you say is the beast, as you put it, or the real enemy?
Man, you know, the European, man. That ain't gonna stop. European, man.
How come y'all have never boycotted European stores? How come it's
we've done it, man. We got a history of doing that, stemming all the way from, you know, when MLK was doing his thing. And even when Mike Brown got killed, rest in peace to the brother, we'd actually had organized, and I was in Long Island myself participating. It was October 2014. We tried to stage a nationwide blackout.
I think Sentinel wanted to say something.
Yeah. So, by the way, American Dream, where are you from? You said the Bronx. I think you said that earlier, right?
Yeah.
I'm from Jamaica.
I lived in the Bronx. I left Jamaica and moved to the Bronx, but I'm Jamaican. I was born in Jamaica, raised in the Bronx.
Oh, you're in the DX. Oh.
Yeah. See, so we all have this thing in common where, you know, I grew up primarily in Queens and Brooklyn, right? And, you know, you're the Bronx, Gotti, Brooklyn, and then he moved out to Long Island. We all share this northeast New York City or New York area commonality. Like everybody just came up together. A lot of times you will see a Black person, you might think he was Black American until you meet his parents,
right,
or his grandmother. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, like she's speaking patois to you. It's like, oh, I thought you was like, yeah, I'm Trini or Jamaican, whatever the case may be, you know?
Facts.
But the rest of America is not like that. Here's something I really want to touch on. And I think some of you know this, so forgive me if I'm, retreading for familiar territory, but I'm just stating it just for the facts. ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery, that's where the person who coined the phrase FBA, Foundational Black American, that's where he originated. He branched off from that. Now, I believe American Dream was stating earlier how ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery, are actually moving forward with a legal agenda. Because when it comes to reparations, you have to sue for reparations. FBA, on the other hand, what is the real agenda? They said delineate. First of all, the word is being used incorrectly. That's not what delineate means. They're using the word to express segregate or depart from or withdraw. That's not the definition of the word.
See there?
Who's speaking? Who's that speaking?
That's me, Sentinel.
Sentinel. Okay, go ahead.
That's not the definition of the word. Now, if you want to withdraw from other Black communities and build up your own, I think that's admirable. Everybody naturally has an instinct to do that. The area where I am concerned is where all these stray shots are being fired at. Because if it's okay, we are against these immigrants. If the immigrants have been speaking ignorantly, the proper response when a person greets you with ignorance is to provide them with knowledge. That's what we're grown men. We don't have time for that teenage agenda. So I'm very concerned with the language, the mannerisms, and the brother said, delineate. I was under the impression that this was about reparations. And if it really is about reparations, then why is there like these offshoots? Don't you think that there is more strength and better opportunity to pool your resources?
Well, ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery, that was created by Yvette Carnell and I forgot the other dude's name. But they're more or less leaning to become some type of political party. FBA is just pure lineage. Yes, I mean reparations is a wonderful thing, but FBA is just pure lineage. It's about who you are, where you from.
Now, question. Has anyone ever been in a situation whereas someone has passed on and they left whatever they left behind, they had a child or two that had passed on that did reproduce what the child should have got if they were still alive? It got divided amongst their doggone offspring, their children, right? Okay, now check it out. There were 4,000 slaves that were designated for the reparations to happen, right? So, if the government digs back and determines who, or somebody bring their paperwork to say who's who. This is the original one that's supposed to have got X amount of money. That's your starting pot of money. All the other relatives in the family, after that, it gets split up amongst all of them if they do it the legal way, which they will do it legally. It gets all split up. So all of these people under the impression, we're going to get $350,000 a piece of reparations. No, you are not. Whatever the original amount was, which has been tabulated to be, is $350,000 or $375,000 for 40 acres and a mule per person, or the 4,000 for the 4,000 slaves, if they put that money on the table, bam, then they find out who's direct ancestors of those people, bam. That money gets split up generation. It gets all split up. So I don't know why people got under the impression that each and every doggone black person in the United States of America will end up getting $375,000 for reparations for slavery. Because I'm like, I know I am guaranteed to be one that will not, because I am not a descendant of slavery.
I think, Leonard, I think
FBA business. What's good, bro? Where you from?
I'm from Alabama. You know, I stay in Houston now. I've been in Houston about 20 years.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Peace and love, man. I'm FBA from Long Island, bro.
Oh yeah.
Hang on a second, Leonard. I think that's why, because the reparations isn't just about slavery. It's also about Jim Crow, redlining, and these are things that happened years after slavery. So I think that's why they've come up with a new dollar amount. That's why it's not just about 40 acres and a mule, because that was just based on slavery. So now when they bring in Jim Crow and everything else that happened after slavery, I think that's why they're saying it's going to be more than just the 40 acres and a mule and that money being split up. So I think that's where they come up with a larger amount. But let me ask the FBAs that are
okay. Let me hit you with one comment. I'll be real brief.
Sure.
The redlining, Jim Crow, segregation, and all of that don't have anything to do with reparations. Well, see, we could have if we got this, if we got that, if we got that's some if and. That's not what. The way it was written initially, it only covered the freed slaves. It's a one and done. It covered the 4,000 free slaves. Anything extra added to it, that is not going to get honored.
Can I say something?
Sure, yes, go ahead.
To make it less complicated, let's think outside of the reparations, because you know that's a false shot. Let's just keep it simple. We don't need people outside of our lineage representing us when it comes to this black caucus, when it comes to these mayors. A lot of people are getting these positions. They're like the Red Lobster CEO. We got a lot of black people who went out there and supported him because they looking at him like he's black, but he's really Nigerian. None of his dollars are going to touch our community. His dollars are going to go to Nigerian people and keeping them good and more immigrants. We need people representing us. When you become a mayor, city council, I want to know where your lineage is from.
Facts.
You're going to be coming as a Democrat. The Democrats haven't done jack for black people.
I know that.
Anyway.
But guess what? We call them out now. We need a lot of people. We don't know how to differentiate. We're not differentiating these immigrants who we just looking at. So we got an enemy in front of our face. Not all of them, but we got enemies that's cosplaying as us, and we just looking at them as a black person, not looking at them as a different type of person with a different type of agenda. They don't have. They don't want to invest nothing into your community. It's not only about just reparations, it's about spending with each other. It's about your lineage, helping our lineage the same way they come over here and say that we got too much stuff on our mind. We don't want to join your fight. We just got to get money. Okay, that's cool. Let us do the same thing. We just want to help each other and get money and not worry about y'all issues. That's how we want to do, just like y'all. I don't understand the problem that people have with FBI. I just don't understand it.
I don't see anybody that has a problem with FBA. What I'm saying is this. A lot of people are under the wrong impressions when it comes to this reparations thing. They're not looking at the legal ramifications of it all, because reparations is what? Isn't that inheritance to something that the ancestors were supposed to get paid? They didn't. So it's an inheritance that goes and goes and goes down the road, right? Isn't it?
No, I don't think so. I think because they bring in, if they bring in, like I said, Jim Crow, redlining.
But they can't bring that in.
But they do. FBA, for example, hold on, Leonard.
We right here, Leonard. American Dream. Hold on, bring
Leonard.
it in, but they can't.
But hold on.
Legally.
FBA Business and Gotti Loke, because y'all are both FBAs. Do y'all believe that Jim Crow, redlining, do you think that those things are also a part of your reparations argument?
I think a good lawyer is supposed to be able to sell it because you kept me from opportunities that disadvantaged my whole family. You know what I mean? And from the patents that was stolen and everything, you know what I mean? Black families should have had wealth that was passed on that just didn't even get an opportunity. If you don't have a good lawyer, if he can't bring that case to the judge.
No, but I'm sorry. I don't know whether you answered the question or not. Do you think Jim Crow redlining, is that a part of the reparations argument?
I do think it should be drawn in as well.
Okay, so if it is, hang on, Leonard, if it is a part of the reparations argument, wouldn't certain hang on, let me ask this question. If a part of the reparations argument is redlining and Jim Crow, wouldn't certain immigrants who can show that they were redlined or who lived through Jim Crow, wouldn't those immigrants be entitled to some form of reparations as well?
Good one.
I actually thought about that, but would it be a lineage thing? That would be something that need to argue for themselves.
Boy, I love not getting a yes or no answer. Boy, I love it.
They wouldn't be able to ride. They wouldn't be able to ride with us because I mean that's their own separate situation.
Yeah, you don't have to get your own lawyer. You can make your own stuff because we going off our lineage. Like you can give it. It's a whole bunch of people might be owed something from the American government, but they're gonna have to make that case themselves.
Okay.
Right, but you wouldn't be opposed to them. But you wouldn't be opposed. Hey, peace. Can y'all hear me? Peace, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me out there? I just stopped the video for a quick second. Just to respond, I think, a little bit to what was just said in terms of, if immigrants qualify for, can show that they were affected by Jim Crow or redlining or anything like that, wouldn't they be eligible to get some of that reparations money? And their response, the response was that those people would have to bring their own case, and that they just wouldn't be a part of that case. My response to that should have been that HR 40, which is the bill that's going through Congress, that's a bill going through Congress. This isn't like a lawsuit. If it was a lawsuit, that would be one thing, but this is a bill going through Congress, which Congress is going to decide whether to pay out reparations to descendants of slaves and also people who have been affected by Jim Crow and redlining, because if I'm not mistaken, that bill has those things in there. That bill is a response to white supremacy even, and I think the reparations claim, fundamentally is a response to white supremacy also. But given that it's going through Congress, then, and that it's the government that's going to be paying out this money, then anyone that can show that they were affected by Jim Crow or redlining, whether they're FBA or not, anyone should be eligible to get some of that government money, especially if that's what your argument is that, reparations is for Jim Crow and stuff like that. So it can't just be go get your own. It's not like you can tell immigrants to go get their own bill, because this bill going through Congress is not an FBA bill. It's a reparations bill. So I think the argument of let them get their own, do their own thing is kind of, an invalid response in a way. But let me let this video play. Before I do though, can y'all please hit that like button, please. Press that like button. It actually does help get people in here. You know what I'm saying? I may drop the link in a little bit. You know, I know a couple of y'all may want to speak with me, but I think this conversation that I'm playing, I think, is a really good conversation that covers a lot of good topics. So I'm gonna let it ride for a little bit. If you desperately want me to drop the link, I can do so. Just holler at me in the chat, and I'll do so. But you know, I want to get to at least 10 likes before I even consider dropping the link. So you know, there are and way more than enough people in here that can get us to 10 likes. So if you can please like that video, that would be great. Blessings. Hang on, Leonard.
Why would I be opposed
You wouldn't
to
be
them
opposed
if
to
they
them
deserve
making
something?
that argument.
Yeah.
If they deserve something, but I'm not going to make the argument for them.
But you just don't want them to be a part of your reparations thing. Because it would be, because you know, from my estimation, right? Let's say if you had let's say a class action suit, right? And instead of just FBA going in there for reparations, if you had a larger class action suit which included immigrants, and granted, the immigrants are only asking for their share of whatever they're owed for Jim Crow and redlining. So they're not asking to get the same amount that y'all are getting. Like, if it would make, because I can imagine that it would make your case stronger. Like, why wouldn't you want them to be a part of your case?
Because the history that we had in this country, the immigrant thing was the last part. We got in our spirit. We got FBA that don't even talk to each other, but we talking on the same type of. We on the same time. We ain't even physically talking to each other. It's just that we've been crossed too many times. We don't even want to do that. We don't want to align with nobody no more. We just want to do business. We want to help each other. We want to get our community back in check. We want to do business. Even with the immigrant thing. If America would have treated us right, the immigrant thing wouldn't be a problem. If we would have been in the, all of us is not going to be rich, of course. If it was how it's supposed to be, it'd be more black people in the middle class. So if it was fair and how it should be, like I say, it wouldn't be a problem with the immigration. But when you bringing people in to work slave, try to want us to compete with these people for slave wages, I have a real problem with that.
All right, so FBA business, you just touched on something, right? So you came a little bit later. We were all like introducing ourselves, right? Me personally, I'm not black American. I'm Haitian, right? I was having a conversation with my cousin like a week or two ago, and there was something that we had touched upon that kind of goes along with what you were saying. I feel that it's a real insidious, dishonorable, really shady move. What was done, where like you could have the Black Americans that are here, and then the United States of America looks at a different set of Black people and say, you know what, we like those Black people, and prop us up, and we're like, yeah, these Negroes are better than those Negroes. They you know, like that black on black crime. They pitting Black people against each other. It's manipulative, and it's not something that I go for. No, it's not something that I go for. You know why? Because when they tired of me, they're gonna bring the next person. Now it's the Mexican. Now it's the Indian.
No, whites are not pinning blacks against each other. Whatever. Look, hold on.
I didn't say all whites.
All white. Look, the bottom line up front. Every time somebody say they meaning white people, put drugs and guns in the neighborhood, so we will eliminate ourselves. Black people never take accountability on the fact of, did somebody pull a gun on you and force you to use or sell that poison? No, they did not. You made a conscious decision to do what you did. So accept your fate.
Hold on, wait a minute. That's not entirely fair, and I'm going to tell you why.
Well, how is that not fair?
Because the criminal who decides to go out and sell the drugs, once he found it in his neighborhood, he's held accountable. He's prosecuted. He's in prison. Exactly. right?
Uh-huh.
But what about the one who put it there in the first place? This person just goes scot-free? Aren't both parties accountable? But why is it only the black person who we see now he's in the handcuffs and now he's serving time?
Okay, well, why is it you have...
Look, cocaine does not grow in Chicago.
Yeah, well, why in Chicago you got a library in every hood, but that's the safest place for any of these black youths to be because ain't nobody up in there. Nobody reads. Explain that.
I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is...
Okay, well then if you get what I'm saying, you should understand that. Well, just because if they get arrested for it, you got to blame the person that put it there. No, I was born with two hands, right? If I slap the taste out my wife's mouth and I go to jail for domestic battery, what I'm gonna blame God because I was born with two functional hands? Is it God's fault that I was born with big hands that I can slap the taste out of a woman's mouth with? I can pimp slap her? Black.
Okay.
Come on now, let's just be real.
Wait a minute. Okay, so let me use another analogy. You tell me. Let's say a person, right? Accidentally, for whatever the case may be, he goes to visit his friend and he dropped his pack in the house. It was like whatever, like some coke or whatever the case may be. And some of the kids in the house start sniffing it, smoking it. You're gonna get upset at the kids, like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this drug? You should have left it. Right? And the parents, rightfully so, will punish these children and say, you're not supposed to be touching this substance. I don't care if you found it inside the house. But what about the individual who dropped it in the house? You're not going to hold that person accountable for their reckless behavior?
Bruh, that's a bad analogy when it comes to
I don't think it helps your case to equate.
Hang on,
Leonard. Hang on, Leonard. I don't think it helps your case to equate African. Hang on. I don't think it helps your case to equate African Americans with children, right? To say that they're just children that don't know what's best for them.
It's children. I'm just using the example in which somebody creates.
Okay, bro, I understand.
Leonard, let him finish.
Okay, I'm letting him finish, and I got one form that's news. You can Google it. It's in the news right now.
Thing, but let him finish.
I'm talking about where someone intentionally goes out of their way. They spend money. They deliberately create these types of conditions. Look, you're absolutely right. No person was forced to pick this stuff up and go and do what they did in their neighborhood. They should be held accountable and prosecuted. But there was a precursor that actually led to these conditions, that led to the opportunity for them to even do this thing that was negative in the first place. Like I said, cocaine does not grow in Chicago. It doesn't grow in New York. Where's this stuff coming from?
Yeah, but partner body, man. Leonard knows this, man. Leonard knows this. Leonard ain't stupid. He knows that.
We keep getting out for the FBA. And
Leonard on here just wrecking right now, man. This is recreation for Leonard right now, man.
It may be.
No, that's nothing of the sort. That's just that's nothing of the sort. Like I said, it's a lot of doggone. It's a lot of excuses that are being doggone given. Just because ain't no poppy fields.
Let's not talk over each other, gentlemen.
In Chicago.
Hello, gentlemen. Leonard.
In Chicago.
Hang on, y'all.
Same argument.
Hang on. Let's not talk over each other. When we talk over each other, it's really just noise.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry.
Let's let people speak, finish their thought, and then say what we have to say.
I want to give us.
Was that Sentinel or Gotti speaking?
No.
I was speaking. I'm gonna land my plane, man. Like FBA, strictly about lineage. What comes with that comes with that. We just telling people, man, we doing our own thing. We standing up for us. Basically, if you're Nigerian, African, Haitian, Jamaican, you commit a crime, don't label it, oh, it's a black youth that out here did this. Nah, stand on that. It's a Jamaican or a Haitian dude that did this. Just like when Nigerians and Africans, they get rewarded when they the first pilots, or they the first person that graduated this or such with these accolades, or they make sure that they express, oh, you know, they African this, or this is the first Nigerian for that. Yeah, keep that same energy. That's all we on, bro. It ain't no beef. It ain't no smoke. We doing our own thing, man. We doing our own thing. It's all love. We doing our own thing, but on this soil, y'all gonna respect us, man. That's all. Because we wouldn't go to your home. We wouldn't go to any other place and run for certain places in government and involve ourselves in other people's politics or none of that. We're going to play our position and do what we do. That's all we asking for, man. That's all.
I have a question for the FBA guys on the panel. With the immigration thing and the deportations, and, the last time I did a show, there were a couple of FBA people who actually want to start the process of not just getting rid of illegal immigrants, but they want a moratorium on immigration, and then even a path to get rid of legal immigrants as well. And so my question is, like, and it now appears that the only people that FBA want to share America with are the same white folks that enslaved them. And I'm wondering, do you guys see any type of like contradiction in that? Like, I don't even know if contradiction is the right word, but anything weird in that the only people that you're showing respect for nowadays, and the only people you want to share the country with, are the people that enslaved you? Like, how does that make sense to you? How do you reconcile that?
One, we know them. Like, we have so many of these new people coming over here, and we don't know their behaviors. It's like having a new enemy. We know them like they know us. We've been dealing with these people for a long time.
Right, but there's nothing worse than being put into slavery. And no immigrant, I'm sure you don't feel threatened by any immigrant that they're going to put you in slavery. Right. And I'm like, why do you feel so comfortable now around white people? Because there are white people now who are delineating from y'all. There's this new place in Arkansas where they're creating their own white space and they're delineating from y'all. So why do y'all feel so comfortable with them that they're the only people you want to share the country with, and you want to get rid of everyone else? What makes you so comfortable around these white folks where you think if you get rid of all immigrants, that's going to get rid of all your troubles?
We haven't shared it enough. Like, it's like 100 million immigrants here. Like, who in their right mind would invite so many people with so many different cultures, knowing that is going to crash? Like, you see what's going on in Minnesota? These people are some drastic people. Like, they extreme people. Like, what they're trying to usher in.
Not to cut you off though, but in one breath you say y'all are the ones that are responsible for bringing these immigrants here, and then in another breath you're asking who in their right mind brought these people here. Y'all are the ones that said that it was y'all that made it possible for immigrants like myself to come here and other Africans. So what do you mean when you say who in their right mind brought us here? Because you did.
Because time changes. Again.
Gotti, local or FBA, Gotti, you wanna take a shot at it? Why do you feel so comfortable just being around the white folks that enslaved you? Why is it that you think that America belongs to only the people that were enslaved and the people that enslaved them? Why do you feel so comfortable around these people? The same people that you're asking for reparations from.
Me personally, I don't feel comfortable around no European. I'm pro-black. I'm pro-FBA. I'm more for the separation, my man. As far as the immigrant situation, my thing is, if you're over here legally and you came through the right way, I'm with all that. That illegalness, the divisiveness, the coming over here thinking that you better, and you know that you have certain opportunities that I'm not available to have, those are issues I have problems with. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, for me, FBA is a lineage, man. Me personally, I'm just speaking for myself. I'm not too much really concerned with reparations. It's just about my lineage. Like I said, my goal of what I want to see, just like in every major city, there's a little Chinatown, a little Italy. Even in Miami, they got a little Haiti. in Brooklyn, they got like a little Caribbean, spot like a Flatbush, Rutland Road and all that. I just want to see, FBAs have their own enclave and their own community and doing what they got to do. That's my desire.
Well, you mentioned separation at the beginning. Did you say you would prefer that blacks and whites be separated?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
No, well, I mean, and just me speaking, they are separated. Okay, where the white folks that's living in Compton, California? What about Inglewood, south side of Chicago? Don't see none. What about Austin, west side of Chicago? Ain't no white folk living there. The thing is, people need to focus on economics. Focus on economics opposed to skin color. Because as I said before, when segregation was illegal, was made illegal, black folk ran straight to doggone white folk stores talking about the white man's ice cubes in his freezer are colder than the black man's ice cubes. And that's what did it all, destroyed Black America, because Black America lost economic value because our dollars circulated all the way outside of the community and didn't stay in.
A lot of these immigrants that got these major seats and stuff, they finna lose their own little power because you're not gonna be able to gather enough votes. When this spreads like wildfire, and when these people start telling their aunties, granny, he was born over there, don't vote for him, don't just say he just a Democrat, no. Them tellers, they be trying to top our reparations, granny. All your little seats gonna be over because you damn sure ain't gonna get no votes from other people. Delineating takes away a lot of y'all power because y'all just don't have the footwork in this country like that.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Ola real quick. Ola, because I was watching on the internet, it sounds as if Ghanaians in Ghana, they're really trying to delineate from Nigerians in Ghana as well. What's going on with that, Ola? Why are Ghanaians so angry with Nigerians? Because it actually what's going on in Ghana right now kind of reminded me of what's happening with FBA, because the same way Ghanaians want Nigerians out of Ghana is the same way kind of FBA wants immigrants out. And if you look at and all over the world, there's just this thing where people just want to get rid of their immigrants. In Europe, there's a big push right now to get rid of their immigrants. So I wanted to ask Ola, are you familiar with what's going on in Ghana, and why is it that Ghanaians are so, adamant about getting Nigerians out of their country?
Okay, let me explain to you in a very clear sense. You see, in Ghana, you have to understand the population of Nigeria is about almost about 250 million. So Ghana is about less than 30 million. Let's say like that. But it's an economical problem. Ghana economy is smaller compared, very, very small. And Ghana is like a state in Nigeria. I can understand, I will not blame them. If you have a population, it's like Canada and United States, right? Only that these people are the same type of skin color, they speak general type of language or English. So for them to be able to understand each other, but we don't speak similar type of languages. So it seems like the Ghanaians are saying in Nigeria, taking over their business, that the Nigerians are the one importing things toward them, right? Or the same Nigerians are the one in the retail, right? And they're selling on the cheaper price compared to the Ghanaians who sell on a very expensive price. But people like to buy from the Nigerians, I think so. You understand me? If people don't like it, that some Ghanaians are going to buy from the Nigerians, where the Nigerians are the one importing these goods to them, right? And they're supposed to buy from the Nigerians, and they will be the retail. So it's a kind of like that kind of like rivalry, economical hate, and everything. And in that case, there's some criminals from Nigeria that in their country have committed crime. You understand? So that will flare up now flop the whole thing. And the way back,
you seem to not be as you seem to not have as much venom against Ghanaians. Let me just ask a question. Let me ask the question though. You seem hang on a second, Ola. Hold on, Ola. You seem to not have as much venom and anger towards Ghanaians that you do towards FBA. Can you explain why that is? Why you have so much anger against FBA, who are telling you they don't want you in their country? Then you have with Ghanaians who are telling you the exact same thing. Why do you reserve so much anger for FBA? And does your anger kind of validate what FBA say you feel about them?
Yeah, because
good question.
Hold on. Because the Ghanaians that are saying these things, the other Ghanaians are countering them. If Nigeria locked their border, Ghana will collapse. You feel me? Ghana will collapse. And we tell them, if you're a criminal in Ghana, we want the Ghanaians. Look, you see me come here to say, oh, Ghana is bad, Ghana is this, Ghana. No, I don't do that. If you're a criminal, you're a criminal. You have to take responsibility of your action. You understand me? Take responsibility of your character, whatever is going on around you. If you're a criminal, if you're Nigeria, you're a criminal in Ghana, they will catch you. They'll prosecute you, go to jail there. You understand me? That's what the Nigerians are saying. Deal with them according to your law. If they commit some bad crimes and they need to maybe face the death sentence, let them do it. So we don't have no pity for those criminals. You understand? So we don't just come here to be bashing people, or because we're far more population than Ghana, have to be bashing Ghana. No. Some of them have their point in business or something. What the FBA is doing is not business. This is just pure hate. Pure hate on all kind of group of people. Pure hate on the Caribbeans, Africans, mixed race. They just hate everybody. This for FBA. Look, I told you this. My uncle married to a lady from Texas. You can call her FBA. You can call her Creole. But she was one-time board member of Wells Fargo. She never talked about any other things or something like that. I'm hearing from this so-called guy that calls himself FBA, that's coming, who called himself Pan-African before. When that money is not coming, he switched. For people FBA now to start saying, oh, we were there before. We were already in the United States. I don't got a problem. But if you want to create your job, right, the United States white man know where everybody's coming from. You feel me? They know who you are. If you want to separate yourself, why don't you separate it quietly and establish a business company? You can reach more people. You hate the ones that you hate. Let's be honest.
Man, shut up.
Okay.
Hang on a second, guys. Real quick, guys. Gotti Loke or FBA Business, what would you say to Ola to show him that what you're dealing with is not just hate? Because he seems to think that Ghanaians are more justified in their anger against Nigerians, and he feels like y'all are just, he feels Ghanaians are standing on business, FBA is just about hate. What would you say to him to show him that this is not just about hate?
I don't need this Gotti, man. I don't need to show him anything. I don't want to know him, no interest in knowing him. Just go home, bro. Just go home.
What about
just
you?
Stop talking. Stop telling me what you think I need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Just go home, man.
What about you, FBA Business? Would you say anything to him to convince him that it's not just hate? FBA Business seems.
My bad. I hit the wrong button. What was the question again? About he said everybody hate.
Yeah, he said Ghanaians want Nigerians out of their country for justifiable reasons, and that FBA wants immigrants out of their country just out of hate. What would you say to him to show him that it's not just out of hate?
It's not out of hate, because I used to have to explain this stuff to my kinfolk, because, you know, like I said, a lot of black people be stuck in this liberal stuff. So me going on the kind of conservative side shocked a lot of people. I would have to explain this stuff, and I would explain about these jobs. And the example I would always give is, if you go to another, let 100 of you go into another country, you come over there just taking jobs from the villagers. They gonna find your head on a stake. You're gonna die. They're not gonna let you come in there and just take their job. This mass immigration is taking black people jobs. Literally, I was doing construction work when I was 16 years old. That's a job you can get as a black man, especially if you didn't do right in school or if you just got a high school education. You can go out there and make you $200 a day. You telling me these jobs ain't important? That's cap. Now in my city where I'm from, Alabama, my state where I'm from now, luckily Trump came in time, but they was just starting to throw them Mexicans up in now. And and I had been warning people 8 years ago. They thought I was crazy when I was talking about the Trump shit. I was like, man, I don't care about what you like about him. But what he gonna do is gonna affect us in a positive way. I don't care about what he's saying, what he's liking, all that. What he gonna do is gonna affect us in a very positive way.
Hey, peace to you, Black America. Thanks for coming in. What's on your mind?
Let me say this, bro. So first off, I hear you, brother. I'm also so-called FBA. I don't really subscribe to the ideology, but the lineage part I do subscribe to. When you say that Trump is replacing, I guess, because he's using immigrants and getting rid of immigrants, somehow they were taking the jobs away from us. You know that Trump just laid off almost 300,000 black women from the public sector.
Yes, I do.
Lost 300,000.
Federal jobs.
On top.
Yeah. Federal jobs.
Right, hold on.
Yep.
And then the emphasis, this is the problem for me. The emphasis is on, for the most.
Those were the same jobs that they gave black women them contracts for.
Hold on. He's bringing in European immigrants. He's already said that he has no problem importing not only South Africans. He said he has no problem in bringing white European and Indian immigrants in for higher tech jobs, and those that would also finance the brain drain from other so-called countries he finds favorable. He's going to import other people that are basically either white or white aligned. He doesn't mind importing those people in here, but he doesn't have a problem getting rid of mostly black and brown.
Y'all always to say this, but brown is on the border. These folks have input 50 million people in 30, 40 years. That is a problem.
Wait, hold on. You didn't address what I said. I said that everybody seems to be hyper-focused on him deporting people. You said that they were coming to take our jobs. Mm-hmm. He's allowing white immigrants, and the U.S. policies always allow white people to come import into the U.S., and nobody said a word about it. These white folks have been coming in and been imported in here to take pretty much everybody's job that you said the black immigrants are here to take. Nobody has said anything about. He's been mass importing white people, and it's been crickets. Everybody's been hyper-focused on black immigrants who are probably like 5%. I agree with the Hispanics, but when the talking points mirror white supremacist talking points, you don't think that's problematic. I do agree that illegal immigration is problematic.
Talking points that I said?
Huh? You said that they were coming. No, I said that. Well, because mainly Europeans are trying to, obviously they're worried about, because I do believe that immigration can negatively adversely affect us. What was the white supremacist point that I said? I was talking about FBA in general. Let me speak one. Immigration. The only people, for the most part, who is trying to whiten America, who's anti-immigration, usually, hold on. The people that usually are anti-immigration for the most part, the people who are worried about their birth rates going in the toilet are usually European Americans, for the most part. Now, you might have conservative Latinos who are white aligned or white adjacent who vote for immigration policies. They are negative, and they do, some could tend to harm black America. But I said those policies, those conservative policies you're speaking about, they tend to align with European conservative think tanks.
So think tank or not, I don't care if a white supremacist say chicken is good. Do I say chicken is not good?
I said that Trump is importing Europeans here by the.
And this is what I want you to do. Go pull up the numbers then and show me that how, in contrast, of Europe is way more Europeans than it is the Hispanic. Go pull up and show me then.
America, since the immigration policies, bro, has been importing white people since the 1940s, bro. Like in masses. America's 350 million people. Guess how many of them are European, bro?
Yes, sir.
Somebody said that FBA spews a lot of white supremacy talking points. And I want that person to give me an example of one of those talking points.
I've been begging for it.
I'll give you a list of talking points, man, the FBA spits that cross the line. First of all,
let's hear them.
Okay, so one of them is let's start with it. Well, let's talk about immigration, right? Immigration, he just spouted out one. Oh, this whole notion that they're coming to take our jobs. That as if Black Americans in this country who have been here for millennials, like we can't go out and create and carve lanes for ourselves to create our own jobs. I get this whole replacement theory. Man, America has so many opportunities, not only just for anybody. I feel like we should be able to carve out a lane for ourselves. Let me give you a stat. In 1938 in Chicago, right? 1938, where we were forced to live with each other. There was no segregation. This before
everything but the damn.
Hold on, 1938, where most of the cities were integrated. I mean, were segregated. We had an opportunity where half the businesses in Chicago were Black owned. Same thing in Missouri, all Black owned. You know,
racist? What did I say that was racist, dude?
Oh, man.
Hang on, let him finish, please. Let him finish.
Did you know that we only spent $1 out of $10 was only spent in our community? That means out of all the half the businesses were Black owned. We had a chance to support our own businesses. Instead, we chose to spend our business and our dollars outside of our community. That's what we were actually forced to live with each other. I'm saying it's a mindset. Yes, we have obstacles. We have an opportunity right here to carve out our own land.
And back to the what are we saying? White supremacy.
See how the man making sense, but they don't want to let him finish.
I'm against illegal immigration, but regular immigration, when you come here legally, instead of saying they're trying to take our jobs, I disagree with that, bro. Especially to go out on a limb and say, I've heard FBAs, man, disparage Africans and Caribbeans in the most anti-Black ways you could ever imagine. The same way Europeans talk to us and white people talk to us, I've seen them disparage, FBAs disparage them in the same fashion, in a disgusting, derogatory. I'm talking about, I mean, it's just a foul way.
Come on, man.
That's what I mean.
Is that Black America speaking?
Yeah, that's
who's speaking?
America. I'm Black America.
FBA business.
All
right, Black America.
1,000 times. That's my point.
So, all right. So let's have one of the FBA guys respond to your first claim of how they're spewing white supremacy. So you're saying they're claiming, because I remember, you know, there was a whole march with the white folks marching, chanting, "You will not replace us," and I think that's what you're referring to. So let's have someone respond to that.
He said he can call out a million things. The white supremacists didn't say nothing. He did just start babbling.
I said the replacement theory is a white supremacist talking point. In fact, A.D. West, Yvette Carnell was a part of that replacement theory project. She was on a panel with a white supremacist group before she came out publicly and had to apologize and walk that back and say she was not a part of that immigration project group. You respond to that. If that's not a white supremacist talking point, we got it from a white supremacist organization.
So many
so let's have them respond. Let's have them respond. Go ahead. Either FBA business or Gotti or anyone who's affiliated with FBA. If y'all can respond to what he said.
And I think this is what he said, but I'm just saying, why would I support something about bringing in millions of immigrants? If I'm a Black man in America, and I know this is a lot of unsaid rules, and if I know I got a problem getting hired with a white dude in front of me, got a problem getting hired with a Mexican dude in front of me, and they're gonna have a problem with the immigrants in front of me because the whole name of the game is to keep us at the bottom. That's how the system works.
Bro,
why am I going to invite people?
What do you mean hire? Why are you trying to get hired when you can hire yourself?
Dude, stop talking like the top 5 people. Talking like the top 5 to 10% of people. 90% of the rest of the people, regular people, who gonna go work for other people, dude?
Okay,
come on, now stop talking like in la la land. We talking about right now. What's going? Most people gonna go get a job.
What other groups own mass corporations like that? Most Mexicans and Hispanics own small businesses, bro. Give me an example where they own Target and Walmart and Fortune 500 companies that are locking you out strategically in that same way that Europeans are. Give me some examples, or Asians. I ain't talking about beauty supply stores. I ain't talking about mom and pop local stores that are not hiring.
Did you not hear me say earlier today when I did construction when I was 16 years old?
Bro, you could. All those major construction companies in Siceboro are owned by white people, dog.
And your point? What's your point?
My point is, you can go those things. You can go get a job yourself. There's not the Hispanics locking you out, bro. Or black people locking you out.
Well, tell me you don't know nothing about math without telling me you don't know nothing about math. When them Mexicans come on the job and he said he can do it for 45 cents cheaper per yard and all that, guess who's gonna get the job? Wait, let me finish.
A Mexican American citizen is not doing it for 45 cents. I'm talking about legal immigrant.
Well, hang on a second. In fairness, Black America, when white supremacists talk about replacement theory, I don't think they're just talking about immigrants, are they?
For the most part, yeah, they're talking about being replaced by immigrants and the people that are here.
Okay, go ahead, FBA business. You can respond.
Yeah, as I'm saying, it's simple math. When these guys come out here, they can do a job cheaper. The company is going to hire them because they can save money, and they're going to have a more of a docile person who ain't going to speak up. When you're a Black American, they know you're going to say something to some other place. You know what I'm saying? So am I wrong for checking somebody that's irrespective of me, but they want that docile immigrant who barely got their people right?
Immigration, or are we talking about legal immigration?
Both.
Because legal citizens typically, when Hispanics after their first generation, or even a Black immigrant after their first generation, their kids are likely to ask the same thing that you're asking for.
The first generation to put my people out of damn work.
Man, and mass.
I'm sorry, dude. But just like that, the people when y'all get to throwing your shots, what y'all say, y'all at the bottom anyway. Bam, let me claim. Okay, most of your people do. Most of your people do. You know when they get online, they get to talk about us. They want to say we slaves and at the bottom. Okay, let's go by the number. Then we at the bottom. So we need those jobs, my boy. Until we jump into the middle class, we gonna need them labor jobs, my guy. We gonna need it, and we gonna need to get paid for them. We ain't trying to do $9.65 an hour. You're gonna have to pay for the 2025
paid. For us, our mindset is to be about creating jobs in our own stuff. We have enough.
Yeah, we need to do that. Until then, we're gonna have to live in reality. Until then, which is part of the LBA, when guys coming together, talking more, saying this. So ain't nothing wrong with LBA, because this is LBA one of the most positive things that happened to us, and that's why everybody's so mad, because they got all these guys who probably know how much they had it coming. Now we coming together. That's dangerous.
We have that power. We have that power, why is everything about exclusion instead of building? That's all I'm saying. We should be focused on building. We have that power. But none of the rhetoric the FBA is talking about is about building or empowering anything. It's about online telling everybody we're going to delineate at the same time. F you, boycott instead of building. Who is talking about building? A museum? I ain't talking about a museum. I'm talking about a grocery store, institution, a bank. How many of these dudes are talking about building something?
None.
That's my only that's all I'm saying. It sounds good. I mean, we could all just say, hey, yeah, we delineate, let's get online and talk shit about the Caribbeans and the Africans and stuff. That feel good to your soul, I guess. When you leave here, though, why are we boycotting somebody when we should have been building? We didn't have to go shopping with them in the first place, right? They should be for them to come and shop.
Hey, bro. When 5 years ago, if you remember, just 5 short years ago, bond with my African brother. Ain't that how it was?
I don't believe it ever was like that. I wish it was, but it hasn't been like
that.
It
was like that verbally. It was like that verbally. Folk wearing kajente, whatever that cloth is called, and all this other stuff. Even when them doggone white folks in the Capitol gonna wear the cloth and take a knee and all that old foolishness that they was doing. Yeah.
Let's delineate in terms of economics, group economics, political power, but it's more about slandering people that look just like us than anything. It's evolved into that, bro.
Yo, what's up, American Dream?
Guess what we gonna do? We gonna fire that ass up right back. That's what we do. We prepare
what up with who? Who up with what?
Y'all jumping into the wrong battle. If y'all gonna make 40.
Yeah, what's up, American Dream? Hello?
Hey, peace. What's happening, y'all?
What's good? What's good? I just coming for for a minute to conversate with you. Saw you going live and you're doing good. So yeah,
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. I'm only going to be able to be available for a short while.
yeah, me too. I got things to do.
Yeah, absolutely. What's on your mind, USA?
Yeah, it's good to see you. Your channel's doing well. You're making it do what it do. It's good to see you promoting my country, our country, the descendants of shadow slaves, us Americans, the only Americans. It's good to have a Jamaican up here called the American Dream, just big up in our country. We were slaves for this country. We were Jim Crow for this country. We built this country. We are this country. We created the culture. Hell, the Statue of Liberty stands for us. Mount Rushmore are our kids. We raised Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, the other two. Abraham Lincoln was knee deep in slavery. President Roosevelt, his mom was a slave owner. So Mount Rushmore, they belong to us. Statue of Liberty, it's all good. So it's good to see you promote the greatness of us Americans, and we, the descendants of shadow slaves, are the only Americans. Just like the descendants of shadow slaves on the island of Jamaica, they're the only Jamaicans. Just like just like the descendants of shadow slaves on the island of Haiti, they're the only Haitians. Just like the descendants of shadow slaves on the island of Trinidad, they're the only Trinidadians, and the descendants of shadow slaves here in America are the only Americans. That's us. So it's apples to apples. It's the same criteria that makes the Jamaicans the only Jamaicans and the Haitians the only Haitians. It's the same criteria that makes us the only Americans. So shout out to my Jamaicans, Haitians, Trinidadians, and we are Americans. I don't use black. I'm not black, bro. I'm brown. Black is a descriptor.
USA, let me ask you. When you say you're the only Americans, do you mean you're the only Americans on the continent? You're like the only continental Americans, or do you mean y'all are the only United States of Americans?
Yeah. Well, no, we're the only Americans, period. Like worldwide, because we're the only nation that has America in it. No other nation on earth has America in it. That makes us the only Americans. Just like Jamaica. No nation on earth has Jamaica in it. That makes you guys the only Jamaicans. Haiti. There's no nation on earth that has the word Haiti in it, so that makes the Haitians the only Haitians. There's no nation on earth that has the word Trinidad in it, right? That makes Trinidadians the only. Hang on, let me land, bro. So let me land, bro.
Dex, let him speak. Dex.
And just like Trinidad, no other nation has the word Trinidad in it, but that makes them the only Trinidadians. Therefore, our country, United States of America, that's our official name. So since we're the only nation on earth that has the word America in it, that makes us the only Americans. It's the same criteria for Jamaicans, Haitians, and Trinidad.
Right, I got you. But, there aren't any continents named Jamaica or continents named Trinidad, but there is a continent named North America. Right. Yeah. So so what I'm asking you is, when you say you're the only American, because you take your Americanness or American ancestry further back than when America was even created. So I'm asking you, when you say you're the only American, do you mean you're the only continental North American? Because the continent has America in it as well. So is that what you're talking about? Or are you saying you're the only citizens of America, the country?
No, I'm saying
like,
the exact
which one
same
are you
thing.
Saying?
I'm saying the exact same thing like Jamaicans. Jamaicans are the only Jamaicans on earth. Haitians are the only Haitians on earth, and we, the descendants of shadow slaves, are the only Americans on earth. I'm saying on this planet.
The Americans, but there are other American citizens.
Yeah. No, well, it's not even there's no such thing as an American citizen. If you look at your passport, it's going to say nationality, United States of America. So that's a misnomer when people say, well, I'm an American citizen. No, you're not. Look at your passport. Your passport says United States of America.
About your passport, though. What even trumps your passport is your certificate, your certificate of citizenship, or your citizenship certificate, and that says citizenship on it, and you have to get that before you get a passport. And again,
you're not American
passport. No, but it says you're a citizen of America. So I'm asking you, are you saying Black Americans are the only citizens of America?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I do know the passport says, and everybody pull out your passport. It's not going to say you're American. It's going to say you are nationality simply means citizen of United States of America. Does it mean you're American? See, people confuse nationality with ethnicity. Nationality simply means citizenship. I could be a citizen of Japan. I'm not Japanese. I could be a citizen of Germany. I'm not German. So nationality is completely different from ethnicity.
Legally, you would be legally a German if you're a citizen of Germany. You're legally a German, and you can refer to yourself as a German.
You're absolutely categorically wrong. If you look at hang on, D. Hey,
USA
American
Docs. USA Docs. No, you hang on. USA Docs. Because you're telling me that I'm not an American, but on every document that I fill out when I go anywhere, I put American on it, like I'm an American citizen, and you're telling me, that legally I'm not an American. You're crazy.
No, okay. This is how you're wrong with Germany. If you became a citizen of Germany, your nationality would be what? German, which means you are a citizen of Germany. You're not German.
You're a German.
No. Check it out. Look at the 2021 census of Germany. You know what it says? It says ethnic Germans, ethnic Polish, ethnic Africans. See, ethnicity. You're trying to say, well, if I was a citizen of Germany, I'm German. No, because on their census it says
you are
ethnic.
German.
No, you. Okay, what is nationality? Just explain that, and you'll have your answer. What does nationality mean on your passport?
The nation it means one thing, but you are a citizen.
There you go. It's not an ethnicity. You're trying to say
it's my citizenship. If I'm a citizen of America, I'm an American.
No, you're not. Okay, listen again.
Hold on. You know what, USA Docs? You know what is the one thing that if you go to Jamaica, you're not a Jamaican citizen, so you can't call yourself a Jamaican, right? The only reason if you go to Jamaica, the only reason you can't call yourself a Jamaican is because you're not a Jamaican citizen. But if you go through the process of becoming a Jamaican citizen, when you go to Jamaica, you could tell them you're a Jamaican because you're a citizen. And if you're voting in their elections, you're a Jamaican, bro. Like, what is the matter? Like, why are you trying to separate citizenship from nationality? Like, that's just kind of silly, USA Docs.
No, bro. Citizenship is nationality. You don't understand. Let me put it to you this way. A Jamaican who's not a citizen of Jamaica, just say they were born here and their kids were born here, straight up Jamaican, 2-3 generations Jamaican. You know, on that 2020
census. They're not Jamaican, they're American. If they're born here, American.
Okay, I'm going to prove you wrong. 2020 census, that Jamaican who's been separated from Jamaica for 3 generations. You know, on that 2020 census, he has to put down Jamaican, his ethnicity. His race would be black. His ethnicity would be Jamaican. Even if he came from Jamaica 100 years ago and never touch land, he would still have to put down Jamaican.
No,
that is proof.
Ain't nobody
bro, you don't know the 2020 census.
Is Jamaican.
Bro, I'm giving you a fact.
I'm telling you the fact. I go through it. I'm the person you're talking about, and what I'm telling you is what you're saying is hogwash.
Bro, the 2020 census, American Dream, you have to put down Jamaican as your ethnicity. That is a fact. Bro, did you feel the government? Our federal government says put down your ethnicity.
Hold on,
you have to put down Jamaican.
I got a question.
That is a fact.
USA Docs. You'll have to source that.
On my channel, I've sourced
saying stuff that you have no source for at all.
Bro, it's the 2020 census.
Let me tell you. I don't know where. Hold on, Dex. I don't know where you get this idea of y'all are the only Americans. You're not sure if you mean United States of America or the continent of America. You're not sure what you mean.
Worldwide.
So, you know what I mean? I don't necessarily take your judgment in terms of stuff you're not sourcing. I just feel like you're just talking out of your face.
American Dream. Did you fill out the 2020 census? That's a yes or no?
Yes.
If you filled it out, it had your country, Jamaica. It literally has it. Jamaica. You can.
No, I don't remember none of that.
Hang on.
I don't remember none of that. What you're talking about?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You don't remember because you don't know.
No,
everybody.
I don't remember none of that.
American Dream. Everybody, look up the 2020 census right now. Google it. I don't need the. This is a fact. Everyone Google 2020 census, and you're gonna see American Dream, his nation up there, Jamaica, and you have to put that down.
Hang on a second, USA. What's up, Dex?
Hold on. So I have a question for him. So if
For who?
if that's true,
Who's your question for?
for docs, if what you're saying is true, then why are we categorizing ourselves as African American?
Yeah, easy. That's a misnomer. That's Jesse Jackson. Our government, the OMB, says actually African American is not it. And our own government in 2024 last year said that they're going to rename us American descendants of chattel slaves. That is on the OMB, the White House web. No, listen to me. That's on the White House. No, listen to me. That's on the White House website. The OMB says, listen to me. Listen to me, bro. Listen to me. The OMB literally said that they're going to reclassify us as American descendants of chattel slaves. And the only reason they haven't done it yet is because too many of our people want to be black. They even held hundreds of meetings, 2023 and 2024. And they said, yeah, we're gonna reclassify you from African Americans. That's wrong, to American descendants of chattel slaves. You know, so many of let me just land. So many of our people went up there and said, well, we don't want to be called Americans descendants of chattel slaves. We want black, we want color, we want freemen, we want Hebrew Israelites. And so the government said we're going to hold on, but we're definitely going to give it to you at some point. So that's why we're called African American. It's a misnomer by Jesse Jackson. But go ahead, bro.
Let me tell you something, USA. You remind me. You absolutely remind me of the Hebrew Israelites that claim to be the true Jews, and the Hotep Black Egypt crew that claim that Black Americans are the ancient Egyptians. Like,
I don't claim that. I don't claim that.
No, you claim to be the only true Americans.
We are.
Like that talk, like that talk of being the only true American, in my view, is on par with the Hotep Black Egypt talk. Y'all are the only Black Egyptians.
No, it's not, bro. Stop lying.
And the Black Hebrew, like, it's on par with that argument.
No, it's not.
Like,
it's
that's
not.
the box. Let me finish. That's the box that you're putting yourself into when you make these ridiculous claims of y'all are the only Americans. It sounds as silly as that, bro. And I'm glad that you're offended, because you kind of should be, because that's the box you've placed yourself in. And you should be offended at yourself for doing this to yourself. Like, why would you start thinking and operating like the Black Hebrews and the Black Hotep crowd? Like, it's just silliness, bro.
It's pseudo. That's what it is.
Well, no one has disproven me. The OMB says yes, you guys are the only Americans. That's not pseudo. That's something you can look up. The 2020 census says.
No. Nobody has disproved them. The Black Hebrews, nobody has disproved them either. But they're the
American Dream. American Dream.
But that's the level you're at, bro.
No. American Dream. Can the Hebrew Israelites go to the 2020 census and find Hebrew Israelite? But I can find your country, Jamaica. I can definitely find that on the 2020 census, right? I can go to I can go to your passport and it'll show you're not American. It says you're a citizen of America. Everything I just said, you can look it up. I don't want anybody to believe me. Look at your passport. It doesn't say American. It says United States of America. Look at the 2020 census. Your name is on it, Jamaica. You're Jamaican. Doesn't matter if you're 100, 300 years separated from Jamaica. Right? And the OMB for a fact said, yes, we need to reclassify you Negroes as Americans, the descendants of chattel slaves. The only Americans. These are facts, bro. See, the Hebrew Israelites, they don't have facts. Everything I gave you comes from the federal government's mouth themselves. You can Google it. That's the difference.
The only thing missing from what you just said is somebody in the background going, read.
Hey,
that's the only thing missing, bro.
American Dream, come to my channel. And let's have this conversation. I'll pull up the documents. I can't pull them up here.
I was looking for your channel. What's your channel?
My channel is it says right there. Matter of fact, let me find it and put it in the come to my channel. I will show you each and every document to show you.
Back check, because like I said, I've been looking for your channel. I put in USA Docs. I don't find anything. I put in Descendants of Chattel Slaves. Nothing comes up.
All right, hang on. I'll put it up right now. Hang on. I think this is going to be it.
I have a question for Docs. Another question.
I'm going to put it in the chat, American Dream. It's right there.
It's a deep question.
But hang on. So it's right there, everybody. And you just come to my channel And I will show you the documents. I will show you the passport says that you are a citizen of the United States of America, does not call you American. I'll show you the 2020 census where it has Jamaica, Germany, Ireland, Irish on it. I will show you these documents where you would say, okay, wow, these are the, and I will show you the OMB where the OMB said 2024, like, yeah, these are American descendants of chattel slaves. This African shit ain't working. So I will show you all three documents, bro. I'm not a Hebrew Israelite, bro. I will show you, and I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm going to show you the government's own federal documents. So you see what I'm saying?
I didn't say you were a Hebrew Israelite. I said you're on par with the Hebrew Israelites.
Oh, any way you want, any way you want to cut it. See, the Hebrew Israelites, they don't have federal documents. I have federal documents. I have the passport. I have the 2020 census. I have the OMB from the federal government. I got them all, bro. I have this on my channel all the time. So come on my channel sometime, and I'll break it down for you. It'll take me 1 minute.
I'm absolutely going to be coming on your channel. Go ahead, Dex.
I got a question for him. So, and it's a real deep question. So, if a European come to America and they have full citizenship, they go through the process of full citizenship, are they considered Americans?
No, white people are considered European immigrants. That's what they are. Even during slavery, they were called European immigrants. And what did JF Kennedy say on national TV? We are a nation of immigrants, right? He's talking about white people. They're immigrants. That's a fact, bro.
Let me respond. So you're saying that the common white person in today is not an American?
No, they're citizens of America. The only Americans are us, the descendants of chattel slaves, bro. Our own government says it.
With them.
What's that?
We came over here by way with them.
No. I don't know about you, but my people didn't come from Africa. We come from the natives. I don't know about no, bro. Hey, bro, listen. I'm not saying you. No, well, hang on. I'm not saying you didn't come from Africa.
Mr. Maybe. Can you hear me, sir?
Hang on. Let me land.
I can hear you, Humble.
Let me land.
Hold on, guys. I can hear you, Humble. Just let USA Doc finish what he's saying.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So D.
I'll let him go on with that.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro. Hey, quiet. Come on, man. Shut up. D.
Take a DNA test.
No, D. Check it out. D. Check it out. Shut up, bro. D.
Humble, relax, please. Humble. Remember your name. Humble, please.
Hey, D. Listen. You are African. Okay, I accept that. My people come from the natives here. So, D, I'm not debating you on your African issue. You are an African who got taken over here in the slave trade. I'm not debating that. You're African. I'm an American. Okay, I'm a descendant of chattel slave. So I'm just letting you know. I'm not saying you're not African and you don't come from Africa. D, if you say you come from Africa, then damn it, you're African. And shout out to my African D. You're African. So from this point on, we're gonna conversate between an American and you an African. Go, right, Mr. African, go. Yeah, go ahead, African.
Go ahead, Dex.
African, go ahead.
So this is my thing with what people claiming today, because nobody in history has made these claims. So my problem with y'all is, why do y'all hide from DNA so much?
Oh, that's an easy one. Everybody knows DNA ancestry tests are fake. See, DNA paternity tests and murder scenes are real, but DNA ancestry tests are for entertainment purposes only. See, that's what the confusion is. See, you guys are believing ignorance. Harry Potter, you're believing Harry Potter science. Like, what would make you think you could spit in a cup and they would tell you where you came from 500 years ago? Your spit saliva. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. You're confusing DNA paternity and murder scene DNA versus ancestry tests.
Can I talk now?
They're two different realms.
Can I have some
No. First of all, you're not gonna curse me out. I'm gonna leave if you curse me out. I'm not gonna sit here and deal with idiots.
Nigga, what the fuck you gonna do about it?
Get the fuck out of here, you bitch ass nigga. You bitch ass nigga. You bitch ass nigga. Hey, you bitch ass nigga. You ain't nothing but a whole bitch. Only a.
Let me respond, bro.
Go ahead, Dex.
So this is what I'm saying. They run from DNA because they don't truly know how it works. The way DNA works is you get 50% from your mom, you get 50% from your dad. That's maternal and paternal. Now, the way they track DNA is it goes from your parents to your grandparents. So you get 25% from your grandparents, and then you get 25% on the other side of the grandparents. So it goes down and down and down and down. This is how they get an estimate of a way to track the DNA. That's how it works, and I don't think that they know that.
All right, let's let me see what hang on a second. Let me see what Humble wanted to speak on. Humble.
Mr. American Dream, my apologies for being crass like that, and my voice is a little hoarse because I was at a sporting event yesterday, so I was kind of screaming. So my apologies. But
Yeah. I'm not going to be on for much longer. So I'm not going to be on for much longer. So if you want to,
I got you.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I got you.
Go ahead.
This FBA gaslighting just throws me off the deep edge. Okay, bro. I worked for the U.S. Census in 2020. They were paying me $18.75 an hour. There was no option as to if you're Jamaican, if you're Irish. It's either white Caucasian, Black American, Asian, Indian, or Native American. This guy's a liar, or Woodstock is a liar. He hates himself. The fact that he's been stripped of his culture, unfortunately, and I'm not trying to diss you as that, but it's a historical fact. You hate yourself because you have no frame of reference for your own identity. So you take out your frustration and your hatred on Africans, on Caribbeans, and anybody else that doesn't align with your ideology, bro. And you need help, bro. You seriously need help. Because this whole division you're causing, I'm the real Native American, which is 100% bullshit. It's destroying the whole diaspora as a whole, which you're a part of, that you deny what you're a part of, bro. So all this gaslighting, this FBA bullshit, we're Native Americans, whatever, it's complete bullshit, bro. And you will be judged for that. Whether it be now or whether it be 50 years from now, you will answer for your fucking lives, bro. And I hope you understand that. I'll mute myself.
Indeed, I'm gonna put you in the back while I bring him up, because you know what I mean, if y'all are up together, it's gonna get ugly. So I'm just gonna put you in the back for a minute, okay?
Hey, so I got a question real quick too.
Well, hang on.
Hang on,
cut you up.
Let USA respond first, and then you can ask your question.
Humble was very kind. Okay, so I apologize to Humble. He apologized saying, "Hey man, I got off course." So I apologize to Humble. Since he apologized, I'm man enough to apologize. That's not me. So I apologize to the chat. You American and I'm Humble. We both got off to a wrong start. When you get two alpha males in the house, we're gonna start barking and biting. So he was man enough to say, "Hey, that was wrong." So I apologize to Humble in the chat. But I do want to say to Humble,
him back in because you
it's all good. It's all good.
Back in.
Yeah, he's all good. He's man enough to sit there and go, "Hey, man, I shouldn't have did that." And so I apologize to Humble and the chat and the ladies in the chat, because that's not me. I don't. In my channel, if you come cursing, I kick you off. I tell people, any cursing, any threats, you're banned. I've banned many people from my channel. So much respect to the Humble. But I will say to Humble, the 2020 American Dream, whenever you come to my channel, or just leave a comment under one of the videos and let me know when you're available, we'll do a live stream. And I will show you the 2020 census, where it literally says Jamaica, it has Haiti, it has Trinidad, it has Germany, Irish. It literally has that on the 2020 census. I filled it out myself. So I don't know what,
American Doc, I worked for the 2020 census for 3 months, bro, going door to door in neighborhoods, knocking on white people's door, knocking on Haitian people's door, knocking on Jamaican people's door, knocking on Russians' door. There was no option to put if you're Russian or you're Irish, bro. It's a lie.
Okay, Humble.
You're a liar, bro. How come you can't just admit that?
Hey, bro, what I'm going to do is, because on my channel, I have the 2020 census. So I don't know what kind of census you did. I'm not debating it. I'm saying the 2020 federal government census has Jamaica.
Sir, the U.S. census I did was from the U.S. government, bro.
Okay.
They issued me a U.S. government phone, bro. A form, a personal vehicle, bro. So that's made up like DNA? That was made up, right? It was all in my imagination?
Humble. When I proved to American Dream, the 20 census has everything you say then. Go ahead. What would you say when I prove it to American Dream when he comes over? I'm going to bring up the 2020 census document himself. What would you say?
I'm saying you're probably using an AI Adobe Acrobat to do some editing.
Okay, Humble. Okay, Humble. Then why don't you go to the government site, the federal government 2020 census? I want you, Humble, to look it up. I want you personally, Humble, and everybody in the chat, go to the federal government census, and you're going to see everybody's ethnicity.
Respectfully, sir, I would have to respectfully decline that request of yours, because why would I go to when I literally Hundreds of people, I had them literally fill out the form in front of my face, bro, for 90 days straight, every day. Why would I then need to go to? Why would I then need to go to the U.S. government census to so I can verify my lying eyes, bro? Why would I need to do that?
Easy to prove me wrong. Go there yourself and say, "Hey, this guy was wrong." I went to the federal government and saw it.
Mr. American Dream is a reasonable man, Mr. Docs. Mr. American Dream is a reasonable man. He'll allow you to bring that up, bring those documents up. You can't, bro. This is not 1995, bro. You can easily bring this information up on the panel right now. Please. Make your case.
I don't know how to do it. How do I do it? And I'll do it.
You don't know how to do that.
No. I'm asking American Dream. No, American Dream. How do you bring up? How do you bring up a document?
You don't even know when you're coming or going
on your live stream. No, humble.
I mean,
let's be respectful. How do I do it?
Share your screen, bro. Open another tab. Share and open the tab and share your screen.
How do I share my screen?
Hey, so I got.
You're in StreamYard, yes?
Yeah, I'm in StreamYard. How do I share my screen with your screen to show you?
You bring this to the audience. That's what it is.
Hang on. You know what? Nah. We can't do it today, USA. I have to leave soon, bro. I have a
so yeah. I don't. That's good. I don't know how to do it.
We'll do it on a day when I mean when I have time and you have time and Humble has time, because I do think Humble should be a part of this conversation as well, given his experience with the census. And you know what I mean, and Humble, like, I don't know if it's asking too much of you, but since you're asking him for a source, you may want to, when we do this, you may want to provide some source that you work for the U.S. Census Department.
Yeah, I don't even care, because what I just said. Well, let me see if I could bring it
up. Unless USA Docs will take your word for it.
I got a question for Docs.
Hey, D, hang on. Hey, is it showing? I just brought it up. Is it showing? Maybe it's showing on my channel. Is it showing?
No, it's not showing.
No. It's right here, bro. Can you put it up? There you go. It's right here. It's right here. American Holo. I want to prove Humble wrong. Can you bring it up? It's right here. I see it in the back.
But what's your point? That's what I'm trying to get.
No. My point is, he said that the 2020 census did not have Jamaican ethnicity and everybody's ethnicity. Yes, it does. It's right here. I'm looking at it. Can you bring it up, American Dream?
Let me stop sharing. Are you attempting to share your screen?
Yeah, well, it has my avatar, and it has the picture of the 2020 census. White people and black people. It has it right here. I'm looking at it. It's right next to my avatar.
I'm looking at it right now on my
at the bottom. Well, I don't see anything. Okay. At the bottom of your screen, do you see the plus sign at the bottom?
No, it just says no, it just says I don't know. I see it right here. The 2020 census, and it has white people, ethnicity, German, Irish, England. And it has black people as a race of classification. Then it has African American. It has I'm looking at it right now. It has Jamaican, Haitian, and all those things. I'm looking at the 2020 census right now. I'm literally looking at it. So you can't bring it up. It's in the back, right next to my avatar, but you can't bring it up.
Okay, can I ask my question now?
Yeah. I'm just simply saying that I got it right here. But go ahead. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Now, that I just blocked it out. It says origin. There you go. Look at Jamaica. 2020 census. Look at Jamaica right there. That's it right there. Right? I just smeared out the African American because the OMB says we are American freemen or American descendants of shadow slaves. But it says origin. It says Germany, German, Irish, English, Italian. And then they kicked out the Lebanese and Egyptians to MENA. So they're gone now. But look at the bottom one. That's the black/African American race. It has African American. I just wiped out the African because we're American, right? But it has Jamaican, Haitian, Nigerian, Ethiopian, Somali. So Humble, are you going to apologize to me right now? Humble, are you going to apologize to me right now, my brother? I know you a straight up brother, so Humble needs to sit there and apologize to me. Like, yeah, okay, the brother did prove me wrong. And in fact, I'll bring up the original one. I'll go one step further, right? So let me take that down. And let me just bring up the whole official 2020, because that one they would say, well, some shit is blacked out. Okay, fine. Let's go here. Let's go here. Can you share my screen one more time, American Dream? It's right there. I'm looking at it. Can you share it one more time? Just do what you just did a minute ago. Just one more time. And that's going to be the official 2020 census. Nothing blacked out. because I don't want people saying, well, he blacked out shit. There you go. Everybody look at your screen. Let's go what it is. We're talking about the 2020 census. 2020 census. It has the Latinos. Are you Mexican, Mexican American, Chicano, Puerto Rican, Cubano? And then it has, are you Salvadorian, Dominicano, Colombiano? And then it goes to white and black. If you're white, German, Irish, English, Italian, they kicked out the Lebanese and Egyptian for 2030. So they're no longer included in the white. For the black, it has African American. That would be us. Jamaican, Haitian, Nigerian, Ethiopian, so everybody's ethnicity. Let's go to the Asians. It's got Chinese, Filipino. It's got the Vietnamese, Korean, Japanese, everybody. So it is. I want Mr. Humble to apologize to me. This is the 2020 census, and there you go, people. There you go. Jamaica is right there. That it says right here. Look at. Put it down. Put down your race. Look, it says right here. Mark X for one or more boxes. Mark X for your race, and then your origin. English, Irish, German, Italian, and are you Jamaican, Haitian, Nigerian, Ethiopian? There you go. So, and the OMB on the last screenshot says that OMB says we're going to take out African and put in just American descendants of shadow slaves, which is right. We're Americans, the only Americans. But notice you don't see any Americans. Notice white people who have been here for 400 years. They're still German, Irish, English, Italian. And I don't care how long a Jamaican's been here. That's his ethnicity. Jamaican, Haitian. The only one has American attached to it between the two groups is us.
Dude, you're not reading it right. First of all, it says black or African American.
That's race, bro. That's race. That has nothing to do with ethnicity. That's race. Race.
It's an ethnical group. What are you talking about?
No. It's race. What is your race? No, listen, bro.
Can you scroll up to what he's talking about?
Yeah. What is your race? Mark X. What is your race? X right here. What is your race? X, and then pick your origins.
I don't see it on the screen. Can you scroll up to what he's talking about, where it says black or African American?
No, but hang on. I'm proving. No, bro. D, hang on. I proved you wrong. Right? No, D, hang on. I'm proving you wrong. Just like I proved Humble wrong.
I never disagree with what you're saying.
Yes, you did. You just said, well, that is okay. What is your race? Mark X. That is black or white. Now, your origin. Write it in. You have to write in your origin, which is your ethnicity. German, are you Irish? Are you English? Are you Jamaican? Are you Haitian? Origin.
Do you not know that this is not a digital form? This is a piece of paper that somebody took a picture of?
No, it's from the United States government. This is the 2020 census. And again, my brother D, I want you to go to the federal government site itself. Prove me wrong. This is taken directly from the federal government. Go to the federal government and see for yourself.
So my question is this to you, because like you're talking yourself down in your own rabbit hole. This is what I'm gonna ask you. So why do you guys claim the African part of our heritage if you guys only want to be American? That just don't make any sense.
Well, it doesn't make any sense. You're correct, because we're not African. Jesse Jackson was the one that got our name changed. Remember? No, D, listen. And D, listen. D. We never wanted to be called African. Jesse Jackson did it. They took a survey in 1990, and 70% of us said we don't want to be called Africans. Jesse Jackson did it, brother.
Dude, can I finish my point?
Yes, but you asked me, why do we call ourselves African?
You just said out of your own mouth that they want to label us a transit. What did you say? A transatlantic slave? Not a slave, but a transatlantic American.
No, I didn't. It does not say transatlantic. You're lying again. It says No, let me tell you. It says American descendants of shadow slaves, which we are. I'm a descendant of American shadow slaves.
You come from slavery, like you just said. The American government saying you are a chattel slave. You come from chattel slavery. Chattel slavery started in Africa. That means that you have a heritage of African. So why are you claiming the American part if you come from Africa? I don't get it.
Again, D, listen to me. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. You are African. I'm not. My parents are the natives. My mother always said that one of her grandmothers was Cherokee. No, let me land. You landed. Let me land. D, let me land.
Land real quick, and then I gotta wrap it up.
D, both my parents and grandparents always said we descend from the natives here. No. Listen, D, let me land. You keep saying you come from Africa. You're African. I'm not debating you. You are African. We over here, we're the natives. So if you say you come from Africa, D, shout out to you. You are African. I'm not. I'm not debating your Africanness. You're debating my Americanness. Go ahead.
Hang on a second, Dex. USA, that section where it says Jamaican, Haitian, that's asking about your race, correct?
No, that's not what it's saying.
It's right there, number 7. What is your race?
It's origin, bro. Origin. The race is black or white.
No, the race, but under, that's where it says Jamaican, Haitian. Right?
Yes,
so
origin.
If you're Jamaican or Haitian, your race is black or African American.
Yes, and then it says, look, it says, what is your race? Mark X boxes, and then it says, print your origin.
Me and you would check the same box in that section. And you would check the same box.
Yeah, black. Yep, black. And then you have to put down your origin. Your origin is from Jamaica. You have to put down Jamaica.
Right, but if there was an X where it says nationality, separate from, if number 8 was what is your nationality, you and I would still also check the same box, American.
No, it would be the United States of America. See, our ethnicity.
Regardless of what it is, you and me would check the same box.
Yeah, for nationality, we're all citizens of America.
You're an American, so you're not the only American. How are you the only American when you and I can check the same box?
Because nationality simply means citizenship. That's it. We're all citizens of America.
So what American are you that I am? But it says nothing about
I am ethnically American.
On that paper.
Yeah, I am. Hang on. I am ethnically. Hang on. We are ethnically American. You're not. You're ethnically Jamaican. Your origin is Jamaican. Jamaica. So you're Jamaican.
Okay, fine. That's fine. But that's not listed on the census, is it?
This is the census, bro. I signed it. It is the census.
It doesn't ask me about my ethnicity.
Yes, it does. Origin is ethnicity. It's on the.
That's about race. That's why.
No.
You hold on. You and me can check that same box, even though I'm Jamaican and you're not. So it's not asking me if I'm Jamaican. It's not asking me to put Jamaican there. It's just asking me to check black.
Okay, American Dream, I love you, brother. But please listen. It says, what is your race? Mark X. Right there. And then it says, what is your origin? Put it here. Right in your origin. You're Jamaican. You have to put it down. Haitian, Nigeria, Ethiopian.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. No, it's all good, bro. You a good dude.
It's talking about the origin of race, bro.
No, it's talking about origin. It's not origin of race. It has race, black or white, bro. It's already there. Black or white race. It already has it.
Black and white is a color, bro. It's not an origin.
No, in America, it's a category. That's what it is. A category.
God, dude, you got listen. So what is your ethnical group? You just said you're American, but
yes, that's my ethnicity. American.
But where did your people come from?
Again, your people come from Africa. I respect. No, D. I'm gonna answer it. You're African. My people listen. My people come from America. So you're African, D. My people come from America. So we're ethnically American. You're ethnically African.
Hold on.
So all good.
So if your people come from America and the first person that is recorded by science, this is not me, has came from Africa, then how are you making a claim that you're from America and America only and America first? I don't get it. And you're supposed to be an FBA.
Say that again.
So listen. According to
hang on, y'all. I have to go.
Yeah, okay. I got you, man.
I gotta go.
I got you, bro.
KD, I'll let you say something real quick. You got like a minute or two to say what you wanted to come up and say. But I'm gonna have to go. Go ahead, KD.
Hey, I'm going to take off right now. Hang on. Before you go, KD, American Dream, shout out to you, brother. You are a good dude. You good people. So I respect you. I honor you. You give everybody a voice. Come over to town and we'll have the same conversation. So what I do like about you, American Dream, you are respectful. You don't descend to cursing and disrespecting. I like that about you. That's really good about you. So shout out to your channel. Hopefully your channel does really good. I'm glad for you, bro. I respect you. Love Jamaicans. Love them. I told you, I go in Baltimore, downtown Baltimore, my Jamaican jerk chicken hut. They love me, man. Check this out, American Dream, real quick. Me and my daughter went downtown Baltimore to my favorite Jamaican place, right, where they make jerk chicken and the beans and rice, right? It was a long line outside. The owner happened to be walking from his car inside his restaurant. He saw me and my daughter waiting on the outside. He literally came over to me, shook my hand, you know, speaking all this Jamaican patois, and said, "What do you want? You want your regular?" He went in the back, brought it out. I gave him the money with a fat tip. We hugged each other. He hugged my daughter. We was out. Everybody's still in the line like, oh my God, like, what is this guy, VIP? So there's some cool ass fucking Jamaicans, man. And I think you're one of them, Jamaica. I mean, American Dream. In American Dream, I'm glad you're in America. People like you make America better. We need Jamaicans like you. You're a patriot. You're loyal to this country. So I want to respect and honor your position. And I'm very happy you're here in America. And we need more immigrants like you that respect the country, honor the country, and they're good citizens. I got to get going. Thank you so much, American Dream. See you at my channel whenever.
Blessings to you, USA. KD.
Hey, thank you, man, for letting me on. I appreciate it. I know you got to go, so I'm gonna make it real fast. I just wanted to add some clarity to the conversation. It sounds like he's talking about Section 7 of the U.S. Census form. As I'm looking at this form, I don't know if he had another version of the document pulled up, but from what I can see, it says Black or African American, right? And during the second part of the Section 7, and then it says print for example. So what it's doing is giving you examples of what would be classified as Black or African American. And then it lists different ethnicities: African American, Haitian, Nigerian, Ethiopian, Somalian, etc. So it's pretty much saying that if you're any of those ethnicities, you would put down Black or African American under that particular section of the U.S. Census Bureau. So
Right,
I don't know why
he had
keeps.
the because it has the section there for you to actually write in what your origin is. Right.
I
So
don't know what.
it's not that if you fit one of these, just check Black. It doesn't ask you to just check Black. It asks you to check Black and then literally write in what your origin is. So it would want me to check Black and physically write in Jamaican. And then he would check Black and write in American, or USA Docs would check Black and write in the only American.
Yeah, I don't know if you're looking at a different form, because I'm looking at one online, and that's from what I can see. What section is that
I'm
you're
not,
looking at?
because I have to go. I wanted him to scroll up to the beginning of the document so that I can really take a look at the document, because one of them had a note. One of his clips had a note on there about, I think it was a note about FBA, if I'm not mistaken. That I was like, why is a note like that on an official document? So I wanted to kind of press him a little further, but I'm totally out of time.
Yeah, I got you.
But I would love for us to revisit this, and you can come up and show the document you're looking at that doesn't give the option of writing it in. But that's what he showed, was a document where you physically wrote in what country you came from. So that's where we were. But I gotta run, man. I got to do this family thing. I appreciate you once again for coming up.
No
Everyone in
problem,
the
man.
chat,
Appreciate
I
you.
appreciate y'all. Blessings, KD. If y'all
Yes,
can
sir.
please, on your way out, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up. That would be great. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscription button and notify yourself. You know what I mean? I may come back a little bit later, so you know what I mean, hit the notification bell. I may be around later on. Or maybe not. Tonight is Dreekus and Hamzat, man. I can't miss that. So you know what I mean? We're gonna catch each other on another time. So blessings to y'all. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all heard?
Same, man. Likewise, man. Blessings to the
Bless
family
up.
as well.
Yes, sir.
I want you to listen very, very carefully.
It's all about life in the street. People are suffer, try survive in the heat. Bad mind them up to one, hygiene not eat. That's why enough of them, rifle a beat. Everybody want big ups, I want to drive in a Jeep. Every day I'm at the ball when she bike in a route. Not even 5 days, you can't find video. The same cycle repeat. Give thanks cause life it's a sweet. But keep an eye open every time you go sleep. Come mankind jealous and them idle go live. Them never yet plant and not try figure it. Bigger heads where you fight for the seed. Now care about the future nor the child where you creep. Them a pray the fat Kyle resonate. The system will slide with your feet.
In the streets, so we born and grow. Only Jah know and nobody know.
When we talk about ghetto life, talk about ghetto life.
Everybody a priest, say them want it low. That's why them a speed and they pan the go.
Cause this a real ghetto life. This a real ghetto life. Yeah. Everybody just a pre-success. When me looking at the street, you me see enough stress. Them all a fight for who reach up next. Everybody want floss and a beat up chest. Juvenile in a them teen love sex. Them a pre the fast money, them no need subjects. And if you're unfortunate, please don't vex. I saw the thing said, cause the streets don't rest.
In the streets, so we born and grow. Only Jah know and nobody know.
When we talk about ghetto life, talk about ghetto life.
Everybody a priest, say them want it low. That's why them a speed and they pan the go.
Cause this a real ghetto life. This a real ghetto life. Yeah. It's all about life in the street. People are suffer, try survive in the heat. Bad mind them up to one hygiene a do it. That's why enough of them, yeah, rifle a beat. Everybody want the guns and want to drive in a jeep. Every day I'm at the ball when she buy in a read. Not even 5 wheels, you can't find for the week. Me no see no changes, the same cycle repeat. Give thanks cause life it's a sweet. But keep a eye open every time you go sleep. Come mankind jealous and them idle go leap. Them never yet plant and not try figure rape. Bigger heads where you fight for the slate. Now care about the future nor the child when you creep. Them a pray the fat Kyle resonate. The system will slide where you fit.
In the streets, so we born and grow. Only Jah know and nobody know.
When we talk about ghetto life, talk about ghetto life.
Everybody a priest, say them want it low. That's why them a speed and they pan the go.
Cause this a real ghetto life. This a real ghetto life. Yeah.
Very careful.
Tell the youth them for be strong. You can't tell the youth them for preach wrongs. While you try it on these lands, just remember every man is equal. Yeah, each one. And our Father God, him are the only done. So make we ease and reason. Smoke trees, span the ends, all of the meds. Take a look at life and don't close your eyes. Sometimes things happen and it's no surprise. And I just so it go. It's a government now have no heart, them no care about poor people. Yeah, bigger heads don't love people again. They was sad and people again. We see friends now reason again. Vex through whistle a blame. What time it hurt me to see how the face deal with the eagle and them. Regular me see it a pain. Take a look at life and don't close your eyes. Sometimes things happen and it's no surprise. And I just so it go. It's a government now have no heart, them no care about poor people. Social commentary. Drop the one your principle, you don't know the global will come and do it. Some people life every day it's stress. The high price from JPS, that topic is currently. Jah alone him a go help you. We need food and we no healthy. We are feel the pain, beg you protect we. In our life we have no fenve. Take a look at life and don't close your eyes. Sometimes things happen and it's no surprise. And I just so it go. It's a government now have no heart, them no care about poor people.
righteousness, they say we are praised. Brought us from the motherland in bondage and chains. Bury our culture and change our names. They claim we're free, yet we are in pain. As long as there's life, there's a lot to gain. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praised. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praised. When God spoke his words, they said he was deranged. Marley sung his songs, they said the same. Malcolm X and Martin Luther fought relentlessly so we could be better. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praised. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praised. Brought us from the motherland in bondage and chains. Bury our culture and change our names. They claim we're free, yet we are in pain. As long as there's life, there's a lot to gain. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praised. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praised.
I want you to listen very, very carefully.
Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praised. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praised. Brought us from the motherland in bondage and chains. Bury our culture and change our names. They claim we're free, yet we are in pain. As long as there's life, there's a lot.